It is such a nice Seattle spring day. I am just basking in it. There's like an episode where I showed you doing my ninja creamy outside, and I was like, oh, I'll show you my backyard. But that's the chicken coop, that's the garden, and that's like just like forest area and bikes and all that kid stuff, you know? Anyways, we love it. So I did my hillside gardening yesterday. I thought I would just like pop on and talk a little bit about something I'm like really struggling with as far as like parenthood goes. So I try to let my kids write their own stories. I want them to be in control of their decisions, and obviously like I have a rule to protect them, but I want to be supportive of things they want to do. And we're in a big conundrum. My kids are athletic, they're very athletic, and they're pretty good at sports. So my daughter plays a lot of sports. She plays gymnastics, she does soccer and basketball. And right now she just made the competitive gymnastics team, which she has been wanting to do for a long time, but she didn't make it last year because I missed the tryout, and she had to try out with like all these older kids. And then so we're like, oh, she's doing rec gymnastics. It's great for strength. It's an hour and a half training every single week, and we're like pretty content with that. Well, now she makes this competitive team, and we find out that it's 4 hours of training a week right now. I think like if she makes it to like the competing, it'll like go up to 6 hours, and then maybe like 10 to 12 depending on like as she gets older. Anyways, it's too much. Regardless, it's too much gymnastics. Gymnastics is so hard for the body. My bias is that I work with moms who literally tell me horror stories about them doing gymnastics, pretty much it just wrecks their bodies, right? And they all tell me the consequences, and I see the consequences of what they did and how they overdid it as children. And yes, do I think gymnastics is great for strength? Absolutely. Good for flexibility too. But it is so much, and on a youth skeleton to train as much as it's required to be an elite gymnast is not healthy. And it's just not something I want my daughter to partake in. My husband is also super concerned about the mental health aspects of it, like how it's just so much individual pressure. He's worried about like the body shaming aspects of it. And yeah, we just don't know if we want like our daughter to be a part of that. And neither of us were a part of gymnastics growing up, so we don't know that world, which is fine. We don't know the basketball world either, and we're just learning. But yeah, so she does this elite gymnastics. It starts in May, and it's the same night as the select soccer team practices that she's trying out for. So we can't do both. Literally, we have to let her choose, or we have to choose. Do we let her choose, or do we make the decision for her? I am struggling so hard and going back and forth about this. At my son's first flag football practice this morning, one of the moms who I'm friends with, she's awesome, and she was just like, yeah, like their brains aren't fully developed. That's why we have to make these decisions for them when we know better. And she was like, and her husband works in the hospital, and she's like telling me about how like so many gymnasts and dancers end up in the mental health aspects of the hospital as inpatients because of their eating disorders, their extreme anxiety. It didn't help my situation because I know like it can be healthy, and I've worked with gymnasts, youth gymnasts, and I love treating them as a physical therapist because their injuries are fun for me to treat, and there's always stuff on them that we can be preventative about. And so like, anyways, it's just, I'm rambling here because we're trying to make this serious decision of whether our daughter does elite gymnastics or we say no. Do we say no and just have her stick with soccer, have her stick with basketball, and she can do recreational gymnastics from here on out? And it's just so hard because she's like, this is my dream. I've always wanted to do this. It's what I like the most. We've talked a lot with her about like team sports versus individual sports and how we think it's so important that she does a team sport, and she's sold that gymnastics is a team sport. She's also been watching like some YouTube gymnastics, and my husband thinks that that's skewing her perception of gymnastics. But I mean, if you see my daughter ever out in the world, she is doing a handstand or a cartwheel or some kind of gymnastics, bend back, walk over, whatever it's called. And so like she loves it. And we just have to figure out what we're gonna do. So are we gonna let her do elite gymnastics? Are we not? Are we gonna control the situation and not let her do that? So just something to think about, and something I'm kind of like dealing with and pondering, and want to do it the right way. So she has select soccer tryouts at the beginning of May, and I'm just hoping she has such a blast and has really a ton of fun with the girls, and she knows that she wants to go that route, so we don't have to worry about kind of being like making a decision about joining this select gymnastics program or whatever it's called, elite gymnastics. So that's what we're dealing with. I just went on a nice little walk. It's a beautiful Sunday, and I have a hockey game tonight, so I'm super excited about that. On my walk, I was listening to my audiobook about work stuff, or it's called The Road Less Stupid. It's by Keith Cunningham, and it's a great book just about business information, business stuff, and how you manage and lead a company, and what's important to you. So I'm almost through with the book, and so much of it, it's just all repeat. I've heard so much of it before, but it's good to bring it to my attention. One thing that came up when I was listening is like, what is my CEO scorecard? So everyone in my company has a scorecard. We have a culture of accountability that's been super important to me, especially as we've grown, so I can make sure that we're maintaining level of customer service. But everyone's kind of keeping up their metrics and whatnot. And so that's just like, that's so important, because then we know we're doing our job right. But I'm struggling currently with my own scorecard, and part of that is I just don't have my own goals completely concreted. And I ran into this last year actually. And now that I'm not treating as frequently, I treat like once a month patients, and I do a lot more co-treats. So like if someone has a complicated case, or just making sure that the doctor is on the right track, I will pop in the treatment room and like just make sure things are going the right way, or give my opinion on different things. And that's a ton of fun for me. I love doing that. It kind of keeps me up to speed, and keeps me moving forward, and also like creating some of these like different protocols in the office, and just refining protocols when it comes to our attention that something might need to change of how we're doing things. I'm involved in all that, but I'm also involved in other aspects of the business, and I'm just trying to determine what my own scorecard is. What are the 3 to 5 things that I am responsible for the business that keeps it running and keeps it growing? And so I'm trying to really nail that down, and I'm working through that. Obviously marketing and like creating content, doing this video log is part of my scorecard, right? Under the marketing department. But there's also a part of my scorecard that is innovation and is growing maybe another business. And so that's the part that it's exciting to think about and play with. And I think I put pressure on myself to kind of think like that and do that kind of stuff, because it's fun for me. I freaking love it. In 2 weeks, I have a call with my spiritual coach, and I think she'll help me shed light onto that, like what that business is going to look like. And I have no idea what it's going to look like. I kind of dream of building a community of women business owners, CEOs, who maybe have service-based businesses, but some kind of business. I don't know what that looks like exactly, as like a peer support group for those business owners. And to keep it relevant, I think those business owners would make like a minimum of, maybe generate a minimum of like $500,000 a year, just so we're like kind of dealing with similar issues and growing businesses and kind of whatever that looks like. So I've just been playing with it and like wanting to know what it looks like. And people reach out all the time to pick my brain about business, and they, have questions or want to start their business and want to ask me questions about it, and they want maybe business coaching, and I do those as one-off occasionally if I feel like it's the right fit and I have capacity for it. But it would be fun to create like a different kind of community, where people have already established their businesses and they're growing and they have similar problems, and they just want to make sure that they're seeing the problems the right way, and or get feedback from someone who's experienced this problem, and what they've done to solve it or get out of it or create a new problem, right? Because that's all business is like finding out what the real problem is and then creating a solution to that and creating a new problem. So yeah, it's a ton of fun for me, and that is where it's at. Anyways, gonna eat my lunch now. Right now I am eating a mission tortilla with some chicken, cabbage, non-fat Greek yogurt, and mustard. And I'm drinking a Celsius. It's kiwi guava. and I love it. I typically don't drink caffeine after noon, but I have a hockey game tonight and I am just doing it. I'm doing it. Hopefully I sleep well tonight. I took a bath tonight and it's only like, I don't know, 6:50, and my husband took my daughter to gymnastics. I just got my youngest down and my middle is taking a bath, and he's almost 7. I don't supervise him when he is taking a bath. So anyways, it's just giving me a little me time. So I am in a group. I'm in a CEO group, so just like a group of people who are CEOs of service-based companies. All of them are actually healthcare. And these are my notes from the last time I was at the meeting. And so I'm actually going to review them tonight because I'm just feeling a little like not inspired, if you will. We've been just trying to get like so many things going at the clinic. And yeah, it just takes time. And so I am going to review some things from my last meeting and try and find some inspiration. I'm also going to spend some time creating a new scorecard for myself. So really figuring out what the 3 to 5 critical drivers are that I'm fully responsible for that grow body motion, physical therapy, and what needs to happen every single day for me to hit those drivers. The other like fun aspect about like being a CEO, but like I'm just such an entrepreneur at heart. I want to build companies and I love doing that, and I just keep playing with what's next for me. I don't know what's next for me. But I'm just exploring. So I'll probably just do some thinking time where I just seriously like take my pad of paper and literally just start writing and see what comes to mind. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm actually treating in the clinic tomorrow for the first time in like 2 or 3 months, and I'm super excited about it. I'm seeing some amazing people, and I am gonna just prep their charts so I can actually document, since that is the thing I am worst at when it comes to being like an actual practitioner and doctor, is the charting. So just to make sure I can like be up on it tomorrow, I am gonna prep the charts tonight, and yeah, and go from there. Hopefully have like a super good week. I'm just feeling so tired today. Yesterday I played hockey, I lifted shoulders, and I got 25,000 steps, and that's just a lot for me. My body was super burnt out today, and I had a low caloric day yesterday, which was originally going to be high day, but I overdid it Saturday night, went outside my macros. So I was like, I'm just going to have a low day. Not like I wanted to make up for it, but I wanted to make up for it. And so then once so I just decided to have a low day, and it was intended to be a high day, but then today I hit and I'm like so fatigued. I'm like, I need to make it a high day. So I had my last high day of the week. I check in with my coach tomorrow morning, and yeah, do check in with him. Maybe I'll like film what that looks like, just so you can get an idea of what I do when it comes to like health coaching and what he's managing. I know I mentioned in my last video log last week that I would share what that looks like with my check-ins. So yeah, it looks good. We're down another like some weight this week, and he bases it all on like average weight. So it's not like a 1-day low that you can be excited about. It's just like your average weight over 7 days, and has your average dropped. And so that's kind of nice, because then it kind of gets rid of the days that you are holding more water or whatnot. So that's the story tonight. I'm going to get to my work and just have some fun. Okay, super excited today. I am treating for the first time in probably like a month and a half. Yeah, essentially like my focus this year is on optimizing my team and just spending like my time training the team, growing the business, and really like everything that's involved in that. So, but I'm super excited to be seeing some previous clients today, and yeah, it'll be so fun. And this is what makes me high. Like I get super high treating patients. And so it will be a good day, hands down a great day. There's just some like stress involved on the days that I do decide to treat, because then it just means that like everything else gets neglected. But by far, like, I mean, it's why I do this business, right? And when I grew this business to what it is today. So that's super fun. I'm just getting my room set up here. And okay, so like I never ever have taken the big room. Like this is the big room with like the most scenic, iconic views. And like, oh my gosh, you have a mountain peeking out over there. And it is just absolutely epic. But I never take the room with the best views because oh, that's better lighting here. So I never take the room with the best views because I want my providers to like have really good rooms. And so I usually treat in like the lesser of the rooms. So we have 2 rooms with like amazing views, 1 room with a partial view, and then like another room that's kind of in the main, like right off the main lobby, and it's just not like as perfect of a room. And so that's what Devin and I typically use for our office. So I never ever get this primo of the prop room. But today we have like a lot of VIP clients coming in, and so I'm just excited to see them. And I requested last week from our providers if I could have this fancy room today, just for the fact that I'm seeing VIP people and I wanted a VIP room. So I feel super excited about that today. And these were all laundry that like kept coming back from the cleaners dirty, and so we had to put it through a special process to take out stains. So there's that. So I'm putting that away right now. We have a laundry service, and that service just raised our prices by nearly $500 a month, starting like next month or something. So that's not ideal, and I will be shopping laundry service prices. We already are. Devin is on that. When she told me the price of the upgrade, she's like, yeah, it's great. They haven't really raised our prices. And I'm like, dude, they just raised our prices nearly $500 a month. Like, we can't just like be okay with this. So, you know, part of like the business and owning a business is being so just on top of your expenses. At this point in the game, when I've grown the business to this point, like I don't skimp on anything that will relate to customer service or to a world-class experience, but I definitely keep my eye on the ball on making this business as efficient as possible, because I gotta pay my people good. And in order to like keep the prices right and not have to like continually raise the prices on the customer, I have to be super savvy on making sure that I am you know, keeping our expenses in line and keeping while maintaining profit margin, right? Because every healthy business has to have a profit margin in order to sustain. Every single business dies in the growing phase, and if you run out of money, like you're not in business. So that is important. So I have to be on top of these expenses all the time. And so you might not think like, oh, $500 a month, it's not a big deal. Like that's a, you know, a small increase. Well, on top of a $1,500 bill, that's makes it $2,000 a month, which is a big increase, you know, over the year. So just something that like I'm always conscious of and just keeping my eye on. And yeah, so I'm gonna sit here and prep my charts for the day. Super excited to be here and treating in the big fancy room. I've been in the mood to chat all day, and I just haven't been able to because I haven't had time. Because from the minute I woke up this morning, well, I got my lift in, and then I was like, oh, I have time to do my cardio later, so I just wanted to like get outside, get some steps in, and I ended up being like, oh, I'll get some cardio in the morning. So I did that little run that I was telling you guys about, and then I ate my breakfast, got the kids ready for school, and also spilled an entire coffee over my leg from the coffee shop, and almost like I had to pull the car over right away because my whole leg burned. Maybe I'll like put the pictures on here of my burns. It's seriously aggressive, and I'm like a little concerned. I guess good thing I just don't have a spray tan coming up this week, but I do next week, so hoping those burns heal. Because, you know, I love me a good even spray tan. Anyways, yeah, so real life stuff. But I'm pulling up my little what in the real heck is happening here? I'm trying to pull up my nutrition log for you as I'm drinking my magnesium. I drink magnesium every single night. It is so good for bowel regulation. And I'm gonna have my period in like 7 days. Amazing for menstrual cramps. Always, always, always have magnesium. So many people are deficient in magnesium. Our foods don't have the levels of magnesium they used to have. You need magnesium. Magnesium citrate is amazing. I use Calm Magnesium. Maybe I'll put a link at the bottom of this video. But it's so good and so important. Okay, so, and I just got a new lemon flavor, and I ran it over to my neighbor and gave her a sample of my lemon and the cherry, because I told her she needs to take magnesium. She's pregnant with her third, and it's just a game changer. It is so good for bowel regularity. It is good for bloating. It is good just for like nutrition. It's so good for your muscles. Yeah, so I love it. But okay, so this is my log that I fill out every single day, and I'm gonna have you guys fill it out with me so you can see what I do and track. And like I told you, I'm obsessive. I have to make sure I hit the freaking mark every damn time. But because this week my goal is to be less obsessive, and I'm gonna look at that as a win, I'm gonna like not be as perfect. So here I do my morning weights. Let's see if you can like actually see that. Do screens show on screens? Oh, nice. That looks kind of good. Okay, so you see my morning weight, and then you see what I track for my protein, my carb, my fat, and then that just gives you the daily calories and automatically. So those are macronutrients, right? So proteins, carbs, and fats. So I don't really pay attention to like my caloric intake. I just pay attention to how much protein I get a day, how much fat I get per day, and then how many carbs I get per day. I look at my body part trained. So today was shoulders and back, part of my B program. I really hope you can see that. Let's see. I wish I knew how to freaking zoom. Can you zoom in on this? So probably not. But there is that. And then then you put your cardio in. So here you see like just my run. I haven't done cardio for a few days. I had hockey, did Peloton. I even included yard work as my cardio. Walk, Peloton walk. You get the gist, right? I'm going to throw some walks on there from earlier today, so that'll be on there. But I definitely did not hit my 350 mark. This week I have 350 calories I need to burn with each cardio session. So maybe I'll do just an additional 4 cardio sessions and not even count today. We'll kind of play that by ear. Then I will track my energy. So energy levels today, 5, solid freaking 5. Felt really good. Can you see that? I feel like it's getting hard to see. Hunger was about a 2. You can see yesterday it was super high. My body is just getting adjusted to those low calorie days. But again, today was high calorie days. Stress level was about a 2. Just like with my afternoon, getting the kids to, I should have done parent pickup. I didn't. So we were super stressed. Digestion was good. Had a good poop this morning. And I also slept super good. So sleeping good is 5. Oops. Digestion is supposed to be 5 there. Yep, there you go. So you kind of see all that. Like you see how my log works. By the way, ProPhysique owns this log. Like you can see their name right here, ProPhysique. And like you can go back and like see all my progress. So yellow just means like those were cheat days, or these are planned vacations. So you can see like I have a planned vacation coming up when I go to Palm Springs, May 2nd or something like that. So Dylan and I are going to Palm Springs, but that's our, like this goes back to, let's see how fast, like far back it goes. There we go. I guess 9/21. So 9/21. I keep telling people I started in August, but I guess I started in 9/21. And then I had to track my baseline for like 2 weeks before he started messing with my macros. He just wanted to see what a baseline was. And like, honestly, I was getting like 3,000 and 300 calories a day when you like start measuring what you're actually eating. No joke, that's what I freaking eat when I'm not tracking, or that's at least what I was eating then. So I was 215 pounds at the start of working with him, but from when I like started my fitness journey, I was actually 238 pounds. So yeah, just on a journey, and I actually freaking love my body then. So I think that's why this has been so successful. Yeah, and then I write daily notes, so he wants to know like how I'm feeling. Like yesterday I was like emotionally hungry or physically hungry. all that stuff. So yeah, it's just fun to track. So like that's what I track every day. And when I'm tracking it, like it's like a self-reflection moment. And because I check in with him once a week, like I'm constantly taking other notes throughout the week in my notes on my iPhone and just like writing things down that I want to ask him or share with him. And then by the time my check-in comes, which is always like 4:30 in the morning on Tuesday is when I check in. And just because that's what time works for me, so then I can like check it, spend time on my check-in, and then take my pictures, and then train. Maybe I'll show you what like my check-in fully looks like, except for like then I have to show you me in like my bikini and stuff, which I love. Like I love my body, but like again, like I said earlier, the reason I'm like not even interested in bodybuilding right now is because like I just don't love people staring at my body. But maybe I'll share with you a check-in because like it's kind of cool to see. And honestly, like the power of working with him, I kind of keep thinking about this. Like the power of working with him is almost due to the fact of like I have to self-reflect every single week, and that I am accountable to check in with him, and I don't want to fuck it up. I want to make sure like I'm checking all the boxes. I hit my macros. I want to show that I've lost some weight that week because our goal is fat loss. Mobility, strength, all that stuff. But truly, like the metric, I guess, is the fat loss. So I'd be lying if I said that there was like something else. My personal goal, like I said to you guys in San Diego, I'm super happy with my body right now. So I don't feel like I actually even need to lose more. But it's kind of fun just like continuing to press this a little. But the fact that he called me out on being a perfectionist and like starting to be a little crazy, like that's not cool. Like that means like I'm starting to be crazy about this. So yeah, I'm just gonna like do these last 2 weeks of the diet phase before my next trip to Palm Springs, enjoy Palm Springs, and then fully reassess how I can make this not obsessive. But I'm starting that this week. Like I'm gonna be doing some imperfect things this week. Not that I'm not gonna hit the boxes, but like today, I'm going to be okay with not hitting the 350 cardio. It is what it is. And I don't have to get an extra day of cardio just because I didn't hit today. So like, he's testing me. I'm going to do it. I do every single thing he says. So here I am. Anyways, that's my story. And again, like I super want to go through with you guys some more like my body life story because it's kind of fun to share. And I think, everybody has a story, but me sharing this, like from my disordered eating days to my like early bodybuilding days to my pregnant postpartum days, starting the business days, to what life looks like now is just different. And I'm in such a better place with it mentally because I truly, truly love myself. And it actually sounds super egotistical when to like say that out loud. And I swear to you, like I'm a fairly humble person, but I am confident. I'm humble and confident at the same time, and I just am so grateful for my path and my road, and I'm loving where I'm at in life, and that's why I guess I'm sharing it, and I hope it helps some people. I've gotten some good feedback on the video logs, and then some people were like, "Why the fuck are you doing this?" And you were all over the place. I'm like, you're literally entering my brain. Judge it however the fuck you want. This is how I am. But anyways, it's my life. Sorry, this is so random, but here we go. Also, I have a high school reunion coming up in June, and I wasn't gonna go because like with social media nowadays, I feel like you kind of like see everyone, and I just don't like honestly have any interest in it. But a friend who like used to be my best friend, and we had a little bit of a falling out, and we separated ways. We just had extremely different lifestyles, and she was very judgmental about me going to college. Thought that I thought I was better than her, and it was a really weird thing. And so ended up deciding that like that energy wasn't what I needed in my life. There was a lot more that happened, and I decided to just move on, and that worked out really well. I also am like, I'm not like a hardcore partier, and like never felt like I needed to like go find the party, and she was always like the go find the party, we're missing out if we're not doing that. And I'm just like, I'm not that at all. But it's so funny because all my friends are that, and that's who I attracted to my life for some weird ass reason. That's how my husband is too. Obviously it's not partying every night, well, not most nights, but like that is just a fascinating reflection. and so obviously I have some kind of energy that like draws that kind of person to me, which is cool. I love it. Like I have great friends too. It's just a funny reflection, especially now that I don't drink. So like I did try to drink a little bit in Mexico, and it is not for me. Like my body like literally doesn't like it at all. And since I'm in the business of like optimizing my health and my longevity and like feeling really freaking good every day, like alcohol does not do that for me. Like there's no part of it that does. I'll just have like a soda water with some cool stuff in it to make me feel good. And so like even like planning the event next Friday, like we're not even having alcohol at that party because like I don't drink. Like, and you know, we could totally, and I know that's like everybody loves cocktails and like we could do that, but I'm just like, you know what, we're gonna have like a sober fun event, and mocktails it is. So I hope you come. You should come to the event, especially if you're local. Yeah, so that's next Friday, 4/26 from 5 to 7. We're just doing like a book release party, but it's honestly just a bunch of moms hanging out sober. Apparently you can totally sneak your own alcohol in, I guess, if you need that. No judgment, by the way. Like you can totally do that. Like I said, that's who I attract in my life, so I'm assuming everybody who's gonna be there is gonna want a glass of wine. But I just won't have it to give you. But we have like a special mocktail available. So anyways, that's the story. Oh, so she texted me today. That's why I got to this. And she was like, are you coming to the high school reunion? This is the second time she's texted. She's like, you better buy your ticket. It's selling out. And I was like, and I wasn't going to buy it. Like my other two best friends, like they might not go, whatever. But I was just to like actually not even like have to deal with another text. I was like, fine, I just got my ticket, thanks for the invite. And like she's so inclusive now and like is inviting me out afterwards and whatever. But I also told her, I was like, I just don't actually drink anymore, so I don't know if I'll like go out with you guys after, but like I'm totally good for some soda waters. And she was like, oh yeah, like I actually hardly ever drink and most of my friends are sober now. Congratulated me on my sobriety, which is sweet. But like I don't feel like I'm like, it's such a weird journey, right? Like just because I don't drink, until Mexico, I was like, I probably will drink again in my life. I just don't know when. And then I had a couple drinks in Mexico. I'm like, I'll probably never drink again in my life. Maybe I will, but I just freaking know. Like when I drink, like, and I'm not even making this up. Like when I have a kombucha, I like feel the high and like the drunkenness from that kombucha. And so when I drink even a glass of Bailey's, like Bailey's has like no alcohol in it. Yeah, I had some Bailey's. My whole body was vibrating, and not vibrating in a good way. Like, and I had a couple other drinks, and it was like I woke up the next morning. It's like I'm shaking, not shaking, because like I didn't have like the shakes, but it was like I could feel my body vibrating, and I had slammed. Like I'm a crazy person on vacation. I have a water insecurity. I'll talk about that some other time. But I straight up like always have to have tons of water around me when I'm on vacation, like clean water sources. I'll get into that another time, because I realized I had to like address my water anxiety situation in front of my friends that we traveled to Mexico with. So they weren't like, why does this girl need all this water in our apartment? Although they were super grateful for it because they were drinking so much that the water helped them feel good. But I like followed my alcohol with like, I had a gallon and a half of water that day. Just like flush my system with like the toxins, because alcohol is a toxin, right? And so it will slow your cell turnover and mess that stuff up and kill your cells. But like, so I wanted to flush it all with the water. And I woke up just vibrating. My body was vibrating. Didn't sleep well that night. Obviously, like my sleep quality, I measure every night on my watch. Another issue because I'm a perfectionist, so I want to know my sleep quality every night, right? Yeah, so it's terrible after I've been drinking. I literally have a terrible sleep quality, and I think that's the reason I started to cut it out long ago. After JLo was born, like alcohol never felt good in my body or my system. So yeah, just a side note. I hope you're finding these videos fun. Day in the life of Allison felt. Here we go. And my husband literally just came in, interrupted my whole flow because the dog has poop on his butt, and apparently I'm the only one that knows how to clean the dog up. And so yeah, just had to break down how to get the poop off the dog's butt put on some gloves, use the Dawn dish detergent, take him outside with the hose, rub his butt, boom, then it's clean. So yeah, I guess that's probably what I'm gonna do after this, just so I don't end up sleeping with a bunch of poop in my bed tonight. But anyways, so we had baseball tonight, and tomorrow my daughter has basketball, and I had to schlep all the bags with our whole like food bag, of course, because I bring snacks for everybody. The bus got in at 4:30, and the game was at 5. We had to be there at 4:45, so it was like whoosh, 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 super fast. No time to breathe, and I don't know how all the moms do it. Like, this is just, you know, it's go, go, go. I love it. I love every single second of it. But man, it was just a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, anyways, had the baseball game. Son had a great game. Schlepped the gear. All the freaking luggage of the baseball coach that they have to do is so heavy, by the way. So gets that back to the car with my kids all intact. No one got hit by a car. Then we get in the car and we went to McDonald's. And then I look in the mirror and I realize I had a bloody nose at the game, like a crusty, gross, bloody nose. No one told me. And no wonder none of the moms wanted to talk to me today. I was like trying to I'm trying to meet some of the moms. It's super awkward. And I think honestly, everyone's like a little turned off by me. My mom came to the first game and she was like kind of like talking about all this family drama with like my aunt and my cousins and stuff. And she used the word bitch very loudly. And I think that just like turned a lot of people off, and they're like, what family is this? So, because this is like a 6-year-old baseball game and my mom is cussing in the stands. But you know, that's how we roll. So, I don't know. I just felt really cold shouldered by some of the moms today. And I don't, whatever. It is what it is. Everyone has their own beef. It's more of a mirror, I think, of your own personal like reflections and stuff. Interrupted again. Let me go see. I just went out to lunch with Devin. This morning, I woke up hungry, super freaking hungry, super like unfulfilled with my food options. And I really just wanted an ahi poke bowl. So I put it in my FitnessPal app and got my macronutrients and figured out how can I fit this into my day. I want a big poke bowl, ahi poke bowl. And so, you know, my FitnessPal is like, it's hit or miss with if I got the correct macronutrients. I don't care because I'm trying not to be a perfectionist anymore, like you see. And so I just got done eating the poke bowl with Devin, and I got Devin to eat with me, and she was like, I'm trying to be mindful today. I was like, just get grilled tacos then. And she did. She got grilled tacos, and we went to the market like old times, sat in the sunshine, ran into so many people in downtown Edmonds. It was amazing. And I am just like, yeah, I'm super fulfilled. And I just needed that. I needed like a really good meal. And both of us, like, we've been like kind of having shitty energy lately. Like, we're trying to like not be having like a scarcity mindset, but like we had to cut some of our providers' hours this past week because it's been so slow, like just weirdly slow. And so I think it was like the lull of spring break kind of like carried, and then like a bunch of illness and stuff, and that doesn't feel good for us at all. And we're doing like, we have so much momentum on so many things, and that feels amazing, but it also feels like we're just on this hamster wheel. And so we've been like, she's been positive, I've been negative, I've been negative, she's been positive. Like, we're just like yo-yoing and lifting each other up, which is awesome, like what we have to do, right? And I love every second of it, and I love running this business with her. She's my general manager, in case you don't know. And so we just went and caught some market in downtown Edmonds, sat in the sunshine, ate the whole darn thing, and it was so freaking fulfilling. And I honestly, what I was trying to say is it just fed my soul. It was like, I am so fueled now. Like, that is where I just sometimes feel like love and food can just manifest into freaking greatness. And that's what it was. Like, oh, it's so good. Then got a decaf Americano afterwards because of course Starbucks is right next door, so why not just finish it off with like the perfect ending to the perfect meal with a decaf coffee. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked right now. I did a bunch of stuff at the office today, and then, no, best part, we get back to the office and the book is there. Like all of the books that we ordered are there, and we're super stoked. We'll be giving like a bunch away at our party on the 26th. And then next week's vlog will obviously have like all the planning and stuff, and like kind of like getting things ready for the party. And let's be real, like I'm not planning this, like Devin and everyone else have been planning it, and it's awesome. It's so cool. Like I just have the best team. And so yeah, they're planning it. And then today we decided that we're gonna do sushi for the event, so we're just gonna have like a ton of sushi. And yeah, I just love sushi. And so we're like, if no one shows up, people have told me they're coming, and I hope they are, and it's some of our favorite peeps, and I hope people come, and I hope they enjoy sushi. We're gonna get some cake too, and maybe some charcuterie cups. I don't know, we haven't decided about that, but we're just like in the process of like figuring it all out. It's next Friday, and it should just be a good time. Like I'm just telling everybody, like just pretend this is a team party. Like we're just gonna have a really good time together for 2 hours. Don't worry about anything, and we'll like just enjoy ourselves, and then we'll go home for the night. It's alcohol free, and it'll just be a good time. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and it was just really fun to see the book out and like live in color. I taught a workshop today, and I'm wearing this like hot pink, bright hot pink, I don't know if you can see it, it's a jumpsuit, a bright hot pink jumpsuit, and it's super fun, but it's kind of aggressive. Like I just feel like it's like aggressive. And we had 26 people RSVP to our workshop. Get this, one person showed up. Yeah, so like this is just the life that we're living right now, and it's fucking hilarious. And I'm glad we did it. Like it was still super fun. Like I got to know like someone, and I like thrive on that, but it's just like, it's actually comical. Like how does that happen? Well, I'll tell you. Anyways, so that's my life. And I'm going to get Jayla from daycare. It's a little early, so she's probably still napping. Gonna have to wake her up. Then I'm gonna go home and get some comfy clothes on, because this jumpsuit, not so comfy. Can't pee easily. And so I got to get ready, because we're going to do parent pickup for the big kids, meaning that they're not taking the bus home. I'm going to go pick them up, because I have to be in Woodinville by 5 o'clock for my daughter's basketball. And so I take my daughter and her friend to their basketball training tonight. And so we'll be in Woodinville at 5, and then that's 5 to 6:30. And I will honestly just try to be like walking the whole time. I just love walking so much. And we'll just try to get in my steps. I already got my walking cardio in today, so I'm not worried about that. But like, it's just like, so beautiful outside, and I love the smells out in Woodinville. So that's my game plan today. I love doing these videos. Secretly, it's just a video diary. Like, could you imagine just blawing out of your mouth everything that comes to your brain? Well, that's what I'm doing, and I love that people are watching it. Bye.